the key, so this shit not.
We was gone for a minute. Now we back with the jump off. Ooh, I've been waiting to go ahead and say that. Y'all, we back. You know, it's your girls. It's the Facts crew. Here we are live and direct. This right here is show number 16, season 2. Ladies, how was your week? And how's your week going? Like, what's up? What y'all up to? Because I just been taking care of kids, except for when I was outside. But we'll get back to that. How are you all doing?
Well,
this
show down a finger.
Down a digit. Oh man.
I mean, it's okay though. I mean, I scored the touchdown, so all that matters, and we won the game, 41-18.
Hey, listen, and that's what
Right.
matters.
On me. Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
I didn't have to play Saturday, thank God. So yeah, that definitely was a plus. I actually got a nap in after I had did my client's hair, and then Sundays when I broke it, and I went to the doctor today, and it was like, oh, but I had already put a splint in it when I came home because I already knew what it was. But I just went to the doctor for confirmation, and so they can give me a new splint because my other one didn't have that much cushion in it. So
he was like, well, the right one. Okay, I need support.
Listen,
that's when you're
I've
be like,
used the popsicle stick, so I understand.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna let it rock like I did the first time when I broke it. Mind you, it's the same pinky that's still broken, so now it's fractured in 2 places.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Yeah. So I'm like,
well,
you know
luckily
what?
they didn't go for surgery.
Well,
Yeah.
I haven't gone far yet.
Oh man.
I just got a rough copy of what's wrong with it. I haven't went to the ortho yet, so that's the next step. So hopefully it's not surgery. They can just break it again and put it all back into place because that's what's gonna have to happen.
Oh,
I do know because it's displaced also at the top. It's just a lot.
well, you definitely were gone for a minute, and now you are back with the jump off. Pinky in the club.
Yeah.
Come jump off. Okay. All right. Wow.
Pinky's up.
Yes, pinky's
hey,
up.
listen,
Pinky's
you'll
up.
always be fancy, okay? Well, my week has been about the money. My weekend was about self-care. I took myself to brunch. That's my first time going out by myself in a long time, and a time was had. I had 3 bottles of champagne. So yeah, cheers to the weekend for me.
Cheers to the weekend. That is amazing. Well,
Pinky's up.
Yes, pinky's up. Pinky's up. Take a sip. Let's see. For me, the weekend, whenever my kids are gone, time speeds up. I realize it's very disrespectful. They actually left me even earlier than they were supposed to, and time sped up even faster. I had a wonderful time Friday night. Went to a birthday party. I went to this Dominican restaurant club that I never knew existed, and it's probably because I was never looking for a Dominican restaurant club and looking to see if it exists. But it was really, really nice. It was pretty dope. This is the first time I ever saw Hispanic, Black, and white people dance to go-go music, and everybody was all on beat. And this is a Dominican club. I'm telling you, they hit Sexy Ladies. Oh my gosh, they were going off in there. I didn't even dance. I was just watching. I'm like, well, this is amazing. Where's my phone? Let me record.
Nah, you
But
gotta dance to that joint.
Yeah, like it came on. Next thing you know, when they must roll with it, it's right when they did that. Next thing you know, and I see the people, and this girl, she was in there. She was made that her bachelorette party. So I was like, oh, this must really be the spot. She got her veil on and everything in there. Yes, and she had. I wanted to put her on with.
I don't think I would ever go to the local spot.
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know if that's the spot.
apparently it's a spot. A time was had. Like I had never ever, and then like as we're leaving, then my homegirl's homeboy busts out, yeah, yeah, that one dude got stabbed out here and somebody got shot out here. And I'm like, well, y'all have a good evening. I got people that's expecting to see me that I have to get back to. Yeah. So that part went left. So I immediately jumped in my car and went to McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, get that food for ride home. But then, yes, I've also been tending to sick children. And I pray tonight. My voice is already deep. I don't need it to get any deeper. Okay. I'm not trying to be Barry White of the Facts Crew. I don't like that for me. I'm not in that place in my life. I don't want that. I don't want
Sounded
that.
very Raw Digger-ish.
Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. And then you heard, like, when I started rapping, I was like, this is probably a bad idea to bust out, you know, we've been gone for a minute. Like, I've been gone for a minute. Now we're back with the jump off. Like that right there would make me feel much happier. No, instead I'm out here. All I want to do is party. Like, no. It's not okay. It's a problem. But yeah, other than that, and like I said, possibly getting sick now, but it's okay. Just, I just need to go to the liquor store and go get some Fireball. I'll be all right. I'll be back. It's nothing. It's nothing.
Yeah,
But
put in your tea. Good night.
hey, girl.
Bye. Bye, Journey.
Bye. It's okay. I feel like we will have special guests over here tonight as well. So let's stand by. But yes. But cheers, we made it. We made it, y'all. We here.
Barely.
We made it. Yes. Barely and all. Nek Nek, you got your drink, babe?
No, I'm dry today.
Oh man. All right, never
I'm
mind.
dry, baby. Look, I got my smoke though.
Hey, all right, there we go. Mm-hmm.
Got both.
There you go.
Well, you need
Keep
both.
us now.
But it's crazy. Like I literally have something from each of y'all. That's cute. That drink. Oh, double whammy over here. But
well, yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm forgetting that I don't have too much in the cup because I definitely got some cold medicine. I'm about to definitely take some good tussin. Take some good tussin tonight. I don't want to take it, but I know that it will work. It's been working since the late 80s, early 90s. So, we go and pray for the best. Here we go. But yes.
They need to put 666 back on the market. Y'all remember that? It was a cough syrup from when we was little. Hey, young, you had 1 teaspoon of that. Whatever you had, no matter how serious it was, it'll cook it out you overnight.
You know what? Then you know what I'm going to do? After we finish recording, I'm going to look up the ingredients for that, okay? And I'm telling you.
I'm just going to look at period. I've never heard of that. Ever.
Yes.
Ever.
Well, y'all know I'm country, so we got all types of stuff.
So maybe
Curacao, all that.
That's from a test.
See, yeah, I didn't have none of that. Like, nah, I know like castor oil, like what castor oil does and everything. Yeah.
Nobody want that.
Don't know, but oh my God. I remember when I got it to give to my child when she was sick, and I'll never forget. I was like, before you get us to this baby, it's been a minute since you had some of this. Why don't you take some first? And I was like, oh God, do I hate her? Why would I give her this?
Yes.
But I gave her some Nek. I was like, I know it works. I know it works. And it worked. We definitely fought. But she's still here, still standing, partially. But yeah. It's been another crazy week though. And it's like every week, we just don't know what's gonna go on. But Nek Nek, what you got for us in politics
that
and
brings
pandemic?
us to our politics and pandemic craziness. Now,
yeah.
did y'all know that Pras Michael, Pras from the Grammy Award winning group, the Fugees, he is facing 22 years in jail. He's also been an informant with the FBI, going all the way back to like 2006.
You know what?
Confused by the whole situation.
Right.
You just listening back to their songs.
He was a ghetto superstar. That's not a ghetto superstar.
that too, but then it was just like you come off with this refugee type vibe, like y'all straight out the jungle type, and then you're a whole informant. I mean, I know your rap career is a different, side of you, but it's like, okay.
If I remember correctly, I believe Wyclef said we used to be number 10. Now we battling here at 1. I can't remember the rest of the song, but I know that was a verse in there. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to say that because I thought about it just right here in this moment. Has nothing to do with this. But honestly, thinking about it, it makes sense because I kept seeing pictures of him out places, and I'm like, who is inviting you? And I kept trying to figure, like, over the years, like, watching stuff, and they're like, oh yes, and we have Praz here. Why? And you know what? I'm wondering now, like in real life of life, I wonder if he's the one who snitched on Wyclef taking that refugee money. What was that for Haiti? I feel like he got something to do with all that now. I don't know. Like, let's just tie all this in.
Probably.
It's possible, but I'm still confused with the stuff that he was snitching on. It had nothing. It was foreign people.
And maybe that's why he did it.
Well, not trying to be funny. He has a foreign background. So, he might surround himself with.
They weren't from this side foreign. They were from the other side foreign.
Oh. Yeah, they were some I think was some Asian and Chinese.
How are you in business? Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, how are you in their business? What role did you play? How did you even enter that room?
How did y'all even cross paths?
Right. I mean, looking at just the dynamics of it just threw me off a little. So I really was confused. And then you about to get 22 years in jail, possibly.
Exactly. And you know what though? You know what it made me think of? It made me think of, did you all see the movie White Boy Rick? Okay. So all right, White Boy was a child who ended up becoming a drug dealer. He was hired by the police and everything, but he was he was just like Praz. And so he did all this stuff. Like, this was all the setup and everything. And he went to jail. He just got out of jail not too long ago. And he'd been in there since a teenager. And no one ever came to vouch for him.
Everything in writing.
True. But looking at his life, if the way that they depicted in the movie, the way they depicted it in the movie, it made it seem like he didn't have much he wasn't losing nothing. He was definitely about to upgrade his life by going ahead and doing this and getting money and all this other stuff. And that might have been what Prowse was doing, because all I know is that every time I heard that there was a car show in town or something, I heard that Wyclef had one of his cars there. So, and Wyclef was doing that before he took the people money that were donating to Haiti. So I don't know. And I don't know why, but it also, how, remember Dennis Rodman? Remember he was flying over to talk to like a Chinese diplomat or something, and he was
Kim
somebody.
Jong-un.
It's like, who asked you to go? Like, who keep telling people to go? Who was talking to you?
Remember, they kept urging him not to go, so he ended up not going.
Yes, and he out there looking crazy, his lips extra puckered out and everything. I'm like, what you doing? He was a great basketball player. Don't do this. It's already, when you came out there wearing that dress, ain't nobody forgot. Ain't nobody forgot. We remember, Dennis. We remember. And then you act like somebody sent you over there. We good. So I don't know what him and Praz's motivation is, but they can have a seat. And unfortunately, he's going to have a seat in that jail. And I don't think it was worth it. I don't think it was worth it. So, nah.
And that's what it boils down to. Was it worth it?
I ain't Praz.
Yeah.
Hold your head, shorty.
But this is worth it, and it's something that I could finally get behind on the Florida law. About time. Okay. Florida lawmakers pass a bill allowing the death penalty for people who have sexually abused children.
Yes. Thank you, Florida. The one law that we
It's about time. Yes.
And say, please.
Thank you. I think I also seen that they were removing the statute of limitations on child abuse also.
I did see that earlier. I saw that like as an advertisement on Instagram, like, I'm not gonna lie, it's like if you were abused or something, and it wasn't saying it was like by any like Catholic churches or anything like that. It was just seemed like it was a broad, open thing for forever. So I mean, money doesn't make the pain go away, but I mean, I guess it'll help to get the money towards counseling and help them start a new life. I guess I don't know. I don't know that you ever really get over that at all, But
You
thank
don't.
you, Florida. There's not too many things that happen down there that we can stand behind
Hey,
beyond
listen,
Kodak Black. But other than that, that's
I still would move there, but I visit you more often.
yeah. I'll go there for Disney.
Now we gonna bring it around. I barely want to go there for Disney, but they do have the better park out of the two. In America, I will say that. I will
Yeah.
say that.
I want to go to Universal, but it's not about that now. It's not about
Nah, but Magic Kingdom, yeah, that's my jam.
that. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Now we're gonna bring it back up 95 to Maryland.
Hey.
3 7-year-old children in Maryland have been hospitalized for eating meth, mistaking it for candy.
Yo.
I don't know if y'all have ever seen meth, whether it be on TV or with your actual eyeballs, but how it's portrayed on TV is how I imagine it looks in real life. It looks like rock candy. A
Really?
It's like
7-year-old,
it's
if
here.
they
It's
don't know about drugs and things like that, they're not going to know that it's not candy. And yes, they probably would eat it as just some rock candy.
Wow. Wow. Oh God.
Yeah.
That's
what
terrible.
no little bodies are going through. First of all, once again, why are these things easily accessible? How and why? Like, oh, let me just put my map on the table. The kids aren't going to touch that.
Well,
Exactly.
I mean, to be fair, their parents that are doing meth, their priorities ain't really right anyway.
You're absolutely right about that too. But you have functional meth addicts, you got functional crackheads, you got functional heroin addicts.
I
So
can't do this. I mean, you're
Well,
right.
I'm just going to say that these parents were not functional.
clearly, because it's no way, bruh. You just don't like you're already doing hard drugs.
Hard. Hard.
Like
Jesus.
hard
Narcotics.
drugs. Yeah, you're doing narcotics. That's a good one.
Yeah.
But you got kids also. Like they're like that should never ever leave your mind, regardless of what drug you're on.
Yeah.
Somewhere it should be saying, hey, you right there. You still got kids.
Yeah.
I
Shout out to
mean,
the
they
functional
still
addict.
going to school, but they still going to school. So you going up
Yeah.
the bus every day, but you're not functional enough to put your shit up.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
maybe she said, "Don't touch mommy's candy," and a kid heard candy and took it to school because it's candy.
okay, that's fair. I could see that if they left it out.
Yep.
But once again, you're leaving it out.
Yeah. But you know what? It might be one of the things where they just so high and they didn't like the child wasn't supposed to come out. So like for example, while we recording, if our kids came out here, and this is not saying that we are over here being meth addicts. I'm just using this as a prime
I throw a
example.
book at him. It's like, no.
Yep, I got a lamp right here. This whole lamp will
Listen,
toss down the hall.
whatever
But
I can, it's getting tossed.
but I mean, I'm just thinking about it in terms of, you might be having your own private time. You didn't lock the door or whatever. The child could easily, if you didn't lock the door, they could come in there. You could say, leave that alone or whatever. But but like Tay was saying, the real functional addicts, they got their way, they got their time, they got their routine. So you might know they got a problem. You might even know what it is, but you're not going to see it. So that's why I said shout out to the functional addicts for making sure that you're going to do what you do, but you're going to at least keep your child safe. And that's the least that you can do. You want to do what you do want to do, and that's fine. They're just like with liquor in the house. And you put it up high or you put it low, you hide it somewhere or something like that. You can tell your child not to
They
touch it.
gonna find it.
You go to sleep eventually. You ain't always up. So it's like you have to sit there and you got to think of worst case scenario, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
really sad that people are getting that lazy or that they don't care. They don't care.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a lot of. I mean, we like you said, we wouldn't know. We not at those points in our lives. I
No,
pray we never get to that point.
no, no.
But yeah, we not
Good.
there, so we know. I mean, of course, we don't know the dynamics. We don't know. We
Yeah.
don't know. But one thing I do know
Yeah.
is put this shit up. Like,
Can you imagine how mad they were though when they saw it was gone? You know they was hot. They probably looked
okay,
everywhere.
I put the house up to shreds.
Right now, you
They
got
just
all.
want to rock.
You know what? He had to.
Hey, listen. They just want to rock.
I knew it. I knew it. Yeah, yeah. Yep. And like,
Yes. Yes. All the TikTok dances, all that.
yep.
Yes.
People know, yeah, yeah. This right here is the Fax Crew singing edition, okay? Singing the
Yes.
latest hits and the hits of yesterday, right here.
Well, I don't know where this incident did happen in Maryland, but I do have another story in Maryland. Hey,
Lord.
Maryland, we gotta get it together. Listen, when we
Mm-mm.
agreeing with Florida and we got some issues coming on in Maryland, something wrong.
Exactly.
Okay.
You worried? Oh God. Oh God.
Yes, we cannot be the new Florida.
No.
The opioid overdoses in Montgomery County, Maryland, and teens and children have increased.
Seriously?
Yeah. Um,
Oh, that
it's
school was in Montgomery too.
The other schools in Montgomery County as well?
oh,
The
Oh,
7-year-old kid in Brownsville.
okay.
this is great.
Montgomery County, y'all got to get it together. All right, Moco.
Yes.
This why we be listen. I hate to say this. This why we be acting like y'all not a part of the DMV now. Don't get exiled like Baltimore, please, please. They already say that Mo County and PG are nothing but trees. Please don't let that be true. I don't want to be trees and drugs. I don't. I don't.
Yeah, this is very alarming. Like, I don't know about you all, but like I'm pretty sure probably at your kids' schools that they've had talks with them about drugs and everything and vaping. There's a boy in my daughter's class that vapes, and she came home and she's telling me about it, right? So she's telling me, and I'm just sitting here like, how does she know about vaping? How much does she know about vaping? I don't have a vape. Do I? No, I don't. Okay,
Nah,
cool. So
I will say that schools are definitely talking to them about drugs and smoking, even cigarettes now. But my son did come home one day and asked me randomly if I ever tried crack. I didn't know how to take that, but he told me that they were learning about drugs at school and they were talking about crack. But he seen like one of my bowls sitting on the side of like my nightstand,
oh my
and they
God.
telling them that people normally use pipes, and he's putting one and two together, but he getting like five, and I need him to put one and two together to get three to understand. Mommy's she don't do crack. All
Oh
right.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're
No,
definitely talking to them about
that's
drugs.
wild. But another funny story is
Oh
I
God.
was smoking a cigar and I had a champagne flute in my hand. So, my lovely child, she takes it upon herself to go tell my parents that she seen a picture of me smoking out of a pipe.
Hey, you gotta
My
love
mom,
them.
my mom calls me and she's like, "What is she talking about? You smoking out of a pipe?" I'm like, "What are y'all talking about?" So I'm rolling to my phone like, "What? Oh my god! Like what? Like what? Like what?" And then I sit down and regroup, and then I look back at my New Year's picture. I'm like, "Are you kidding me right now?" So I send a picture to my mom, and she's like, "Oh, she said that she was doing X, Y, Z," and I'm like, "How
Wow.
I
get all of
swear, as
you can't clear?"
grandparents, they lose all of their sense of like what we do. They just go for whatever a child says.
They
I
do.
look like I smoke a pipe.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Well, you know what? It's funny that you all have these stories. So I have a story, similar story. Um, Long story short, I have multiple sclerosis. The medicine that I have to take, you have to inject it into your skin, and you got to put it. You got 7 different spots you can put it in. My daughter was in preschool, and she says, "My mommy take the needle and she put it in her arm," and she's telling, and she does a dance and everything, right? So I come to pick my child up, and then they were like, "Yeah," they're like, "Sahar, tell your mom about that song." She's like, "Mommy, I told her about when you take the needle," and then she roll up her sleeve and she's like, "You put it in," but she reaching right here. I don't take my medicine right here. It goes right here. But this child is
Hey,
pointing
your
to,
daughter made you sound like Gator.
yo, yes, yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Have no words
She had a
things like that.
song and dance with it too.
Yes,
Kids.
the thing about it, and I had to tell them, I said, "Oh my gosh," and I had only had multiple sclerosis for like that I knew I had it for 3 weeks, y'all. 3 weeks. Now you got me as a heroin addict, and so I'm sitting there. I'm like, I said, I have multiple sclerosis. The medicine that I take has this, is this. So they still keeping an eye on me. I had, thank God, unfortunately, but fortunately, I got sick. I'm in the urgent care, and guess what? One of them teachers comes into the urgent care, and I'm like, "Thank you," and I'm like, "See," and I walk over to her with my paperwork as I'm leaving. I'm sick, okay, not drug sick, okay. I'm sick, sick. She's like, "Okay, we just have to make sure," and she's like, "It's the way she pointed at her arm," and I get it. I get it because
You could have pulled me in. You ain't have to make her sing and do the dance again. You could have pulled me into the front and said,
when
"We
I'm
need to."
glad they made her sing and do the dance. I'm glad that she had to go be Sambo and get her soft shoe ass up there, because how dare you sing? You got to think I'm on heroin. And y'all know me, so y'all know my personality. Like, I'm really reserved for the show. This is not how I am all the time, because I can't sit here and say and act and do all the wild stuff I would like to do. However, with my behavior, and you talk about heroin, I'm like, those two go like opposite of one another. However, you might say this is why she acts like that, because of the narcotics. Oh, but you know what? I like this statement that you made, Nek Nek. It is a perfect transition into social media and the entertainment business, because you know what? You said what Monet said. You said what she said to Kane. She said, "You keep on trying to add two and two together and you get five." So,
Yes.
yes, that is a perfect transition. So hey,
It,
social entertainment,
and
it's all up to you, Tay.
but I just feel a certain type of way about her statement because Kane is dumb as everybody think he is.
At all. I ain't seen him wrong once.
He been putting two and two together on their ass, and he done came up with four every single time.
Every time. Every time.
Every single time. It's just like yeah. But anywho,
That joke was funny though. She had to lean on it. And like the way I laughed so loud.
I did. I laughed. I watched it at work today. I laughed. I did. I had no choice but to laugh because she's like, "Your stupid ass." I was like,
No, she did. She did say that. She said, "Just stupid ass keep on trying to put stuff, keep on trying to put two and two together." Well, you when you put two and two together, you get five. I was like, oh, Mary is so New York. She is so New York. She's perfect for this role. Hats off to you, Mary. Hats off to you.
"Yeah,
Anyway,
has her." I mean, considering she pulled off a whole situation, killing her husband, but not skipping everything else that happened. But I did like how they had him at the end in his blue shirt, sitting at the table, like, so once they find out, they're never gonna speak to you again. And then your son is sleeping with the dude that killed his father, and he can't even tell
um,
him. Like Gordo can't say nothing. Like he just gotta let it rock. Because if he says something, then it's just gonna all fall back on Monet. But it's like,
and
bruh, you gotta ride with him to go run down on the rushes. But on the back end, it's really you who did the shit.
Yeah.
Like you are
Hey, he just
creating.
stepped on the screen like a whole creep.
He did, but it's okay. It's okay. It brings us back to those kids. It
Yes.
brings us back
Go ahead.
to
I'm
the
sorry.
I knew it. because he just rolled over and I guess his foot just hit the wall. So maybe when we hear this recording back, we will see whether or not you hear this boom. So I knew it was coming. And that's why I just had this smirk. Because I hit my leg.
Hey,
What am I supposed to do about that, y'all?
Yeah.
there's nothing you can do. You can, or you can act like Monet and just not care.
Thank you. That's what I should do.
Yes.
I'm like, you five with a full-size bed. Take your blessed behind and go lay back in there. You know how long I was in a twin bed? Get back there. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
That part. But yeah, speaking of blessings, I know y'all saw how Tyreek blessed Brayden with a 3-piece special.
No.
Hey, he fucked him up.
I ain't never
But
seen
I
nobody
mean,
get that.
rightfully so. You sit in my face and you have this information. You supposed to be my best friend, like my best friend.
Yeah.
And you holding that?
He walked my man. I was like, good.
He did. But you know what I like though?
The workplace.
I know. I'm like, where was security? I'm like, it's all this money in the building. Where is y'all at? How did this happen? But Brayden, yo, I like the way that they made sure that he still had injuries on him in every scene that he was for the rest of the show. I hate when they try to act like that fight didn't happen and stuff. And especially
Yeah.
the complexion of his skin, we know that he should have definitely been walking around here with a bunch of bruises and stuff. It should have stayed like that. So they did a very good job. Very good job.
Too, but when he got whooped the last episode, I felt like he should have had a chest brace on or something because they was dogging his.
They did just come back from Milan. You're right.
Like he's walking around like thing is okay, bro. I know your chest is still hurt.
Yeah.
No, what? But you know, that's another thing. Then I just like I will say I did like how Tyreek he took the smoke to all of them.
He did.
He gave smoke evenly.
Yes.
Especially with Effie. I thought he was gonna off.
Me
and
too.
Just let the car roll down in the joint. But when she's like, "Oh, you rented this," I was like, "Oh, he ain't gonna do nothing crazy because it's in his name." Allegedly.
Yeah, and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, I wonder when is that little bit of information gonna come out? Because I feel like it's gonna slip, not from Reek, but I think somehow Davis is gonna get wind of it, and it's just gonna keep. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like somebody is gonna like press Sachs because he has all the information, and it's gonna be a situation where somebody probably about to take him out, and he's like, wait. Just so you know, he always keep that like. Remember, Monopoly, that get out of jail free card.
Is that by him playing all four sides? It's gonna bite him in his ass because you playing Davis, you playing the joint that you're trying to smash.
Yep.
What's her name? Anka Rodriguez or whoever she is.
Yep.
Then you're playing yourself.
Every time.
But she's the only one that he don't have anything on. The rest of them, he can get himself out of each situation with each one except for Blanca.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure she got something. She's been too quiet. She always got something in her back pocket.
You're right.
Because
I feel like she a straight shooter.
No, she should have reported when she seen Tyreek at the building when Dante got killed. She withheld that information.
She did.
You can get in trouble for withholding information that's vital
Yeah.
to a case that they're working on because that can help figure out who killed Dante. Because you know what I'm saying? Not saying Tyreek gonna snitch, but you know what I'm saying? Like that, all that information was important.
Yeah.
I don't know. But then Reek went to go see his long lost sister, still trying to figure out how they were twins or some sort of the nature. I get it, twins like, but
I think it's the eternal twins when they don't look like, but
just over because it's okay. It never makes sense. But yeah, anywho, his grandma popped up on him. And I felt like what she said to him was very moving.
Yeah.
And I feel like to take heed to what she's saying.
Yeah.
Considering two people have told him, it's time for you to get out the game. Now, granted, it came from who was it? Effie? That said
Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
One.
granted, she's a,
But you could tell
but she had a point.
she don't even want to be in the game for real. She only doing it because she have to.
That's just
Yeah.
like, remember when she started out? Remember, I could have sworn she was a lesbian when it started, or maybe she was in her college finding herself years. So I just feel like she doing whatever's gonna go ahead and give her the money and get her the money. That's what it looked like. Because I remember, I think like all of a sudden now she's way different. Remember, she was way harder. Like she was way harder. And then all of a sudden,
I
Tariq.
mean, with age comes softness.
I mean,
And now she's in love.
esque. She trying to get this bag. And then she already knows. She like, wait a minute. I don't need Lauren in my picture. Because I need the money, Lauren. I do. Because, we can't all have trust funds, Reek. We don't all have that. Some people have to work for what they get, Reek.
I feel like she kind of got a chip on her shoulder about that though. Because she's surrounded by
Exactly.
people who got money and then she
All
don't.
the time. And she always got some slick stuff to say about it each and every time. So I'm like, you feel some type of way.
It's true. She does. Even when they're done, she says slick shit. And then it's like she was tight when she seen him and Diana in the room together. Like,
Listen,
That nigga ain't shit for that one.
he's not.
Sup,
He
Effie?
not. He could
He
have
hit her
waited.
with the sup, Effie.
yo,
I'm not gonna lie, those are grounds to get punched in your face, but I'm a changed person.
I mean,
I would have punched
Well,
both. I would have shit out of her just because you over here playing, and
I
then
mean,
him just how you greeted me. Sup? Oh, I'm gonna show you what's up. These hands is what's up.
but then we have to also bring up the fact, as we were talking a little bit earlier before recording, we do have to bring up the fact that we don't know the time frame that went on between Diana knocking down the dude that's in her class and also working the bookstore
Oh yeah.
and knocking down
she
Tariq.
got double stuffed in 24 hours.
Hey, look, and sometimes that has to happen. Sometimes you got to do that to cover, you got to cover another. Yeah, so you got to do what you got to do. Now in this place, I mean, I don't think she owed nobody nothing. Well, no, I
Oh,
forgot.
wait, pause. Her and Tariq never had sex prior to that. Have
Nope, they
they?
did. They only kiss. They only kiss and probably like a little bit of heavy petting. It never got
So
far.
I don't want to say it was bound to happen, but it was bound to happen now since what's his name? Salim broke down that door. Now
Yeah,
has the limit.
yeah,
But I
I
but
mean,
mean, was
he
Salim
was
wrong
acting
in
like
anything that he said to her for real?
he wasn't. It was just the timing, though. Like she up here mourning her dad, and then here you go. I mean, well, the life that he lived. Da, da, da. Look, what? I'd have been like, yo, I need
that
everything I gave you
keep
back.
yourself right now.
He a hotep, all right. He don't know how to be sympath. What is it?
Yeah,
I
sympathetic
can't get the
or,
word
or
out.
provide empathy, sympathy, and empathy.
Yes,
He got none of
yes.
that. He like, I mean,
Either
yeah,
way,
but
some
that's got to
just
charge
keep
us a game.
yourself.
What?
Just keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
ruined. You just got cheeks.
And
Just
that's
keep it to
the last
yourself.
time.
Like you could have got it second time. First of all, they shady as fuck too for saying, "Oh, Diana busy." They could have just kept going down the hall. Now they'd have messed up her double whipped cream sandwich or whatever you want to call it.
What you
Yes,
say?
her double
Double
stuffed
stuff.
Oreo.
You know the part that's funny though? I like how Puffy always find a way to get a child of his in like the most popular show. Every time.
Who
Because
was
you notice
no?
that
I
was his
missed it.
son in there, that boy that was in the room. That was his son Justin. I mean, no, that wasn't Justin. That was Justin. That was in the room. The dude that came out and was like, he's like, she's not in there with the guy, is she? And he was like, and they all laughed him out. That was his son. That's Puffy's son with Misa Hilton, the
The
stylist.
one you don't really see like that.
Yes,
He be in the background. Yeah, he
yes,
furniture.
yes. So between him and then like, and I found it really weird though, because I'm like, I swear 50 and Puffy has some type of issue somewhere along the way. They're gonna always make the jokes or whatever. But I guess, he came and did his job, or maybe 50 is not as hands-on as he once was. This is wild tonight. This is wild tonight. Oh my goodness. Yep.
Super
Yeah.
wild.
Every home tonight has been touched by the residents in the home who want to be known that they're there. We know you here. Stop coming here. Love y'all. Keep moving. Jesus. Oh, we ain't talking about the shootout at the funeral.
With the
Yeah,
Russians.
interesting.
Yes.
I'm
Y'all.
still trying to figure out the play behind it because I heard Monet say Drew had a plan and it was smart. So is that saying it was smart because it's benefiting her, taking the heat off of her, knowing that she killed him? So you know what I'm saying? Because you done told two people now. I'm just holding up damn three fingers. You done told two people now.
Gang.
You told two people. You told Uncle Frank's wife Evelyn, and then you told his son that you know if something basically you don't give a fuck if nothing happened to him. You planting that seed. You know what I'm saying? You planting the bait, and you know Gordo gonna take it.
Every time. He
So
ready.
I thought that was very interesting because I really want to see how that's gonna play out and how is that gonna get out to her kids. Like the only way to get out is less Evelyn say something or Gordo pillow talking with Drew, but I mean that's his father. You know what I mean? So it should anybody be.
Yeah, I don't think
Or
he's
Diana gonna figure it out.
You're right. Or Kane. Because
It's probably
Cause I say Diana because you were so tore up about Zeke dying. You ain't torn up about your husband.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
And you know she be on her ass.
Every time, all the time. You're absolutely right. I didn't even think about that. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. But I think that what these last 3 episodes of Ghosts have shown us is that, and this is gonna go so not really left. All right, never mind. I'm just gonna say forget it. What these last 2 episodes also shown us is like don't ever think that somebody's sexuality is gonna ever define their toughness, because these dudes right here, they about all that. They about all of that. And people keep on trying to make it seem like, oh, they sissies, all that stuff. No, they not. I know some tough gay dudes that's about that action, and
These
they
niggas are not running around talking about something. They
no.
are killers.
Listen,
Okay.
First of
real
all,
one.
they come in guns ablazing. When he came in the whip, spinning around, I was
Yo,
like,
yeah, that was so hard. I'm like, oh. And then you seen the way Gordo went and pulled the blicky out when they was shooting over there at the funeral. He looked like what? He turned around. I'm
and he
like,
had
oh,
gold one too. I said, oh, look at Goldie.
yeah. So look, go here, go me. I'm like, okay. I think the golden, what's that? A Desert Eagle? I believe that's a Desert Eagle. I think I'm right.
Probably that's one of my favorites, even though I know I'll probably never be able to shoot one because of the power. But I don't know. I just find
Girl,
that
plant them feet.
it's a beautiful gun. It's so beautiful. I don't know why. I think ever since I was playing, what is it, 007?
Yeah.
That game, GoldenEye.
Oh man.
Hey, nobody was seeing me in that joint. I will dust anybody in that joint. Like I put that out on everything. That was mine.
It used to be a cheat code for that joint too. Yes.
I had the cheat. Well, no, I had the cheat code for the golden gun. But I ain't have no other cheat codes. Just like Mortal Kombat, that's my shit too. I had to school somebody on their own system because they, people automatically assume, I don't play games like I used to. When I was avid. I used to sit in the room with my uncle and we would sit there for hours just whooping on each other. So, everybody, don't think Shantae, say whatever, whoever you want to call me today, plays video games. So, I was like, bring your system over. You got Mortal Kombat, I'm gonna whoop your ass. I mean his ass times in a row. He had to call his friend and tell his friend about it because he thought I was bullshitting. Yeah.
Damn.
I don't, and it was on PS4, and I haven't owned a game before.
I gotta buy it.
I beat the whole game. I beat that. I beat Street Fighters. Like, I like fighting games, like Knockout Kings, all that shit. But
Tekken used to be my shit.
I got Tekken 2.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
Street
Eddie
Fighters.
and Law.
But
Listen, all I know is I don't know what happened to my gaming systems because I know I never got rid of them, but I just remember them being gone. I got a good idea on who took my stuff. I got a real good idea on who took my stuff because I'm like, ain't nobody leave. Y'all know I couldn't leave out the whole house with a system. That was mine. I want to play it, man. Please. I had some dope games. Oh my gosh. And then when I finally had all the codes for I was more so into like Sonic and getting all the Tails, Sonic and Tails and all that stuff. And
yeah,
when
I would
Tails
play
and all that, when I beat the game with all my codes and everything, oh my gosh, that was a great time in my life. And you know what? It's time for me to reclaim my youth. Okay, it is never too late. I'm gonna hurry up and get it, and I'm gonna give it to me for my birthday. The kids will get nothing. It will be me, mine.
It's a good time. It takes your mind off things, and it don't have you in the streets running around looking like Franklin Saint.
Oh.
Okay, hold on. In celebration of
So
Franklin.
look, I didn't see it. I'ma just say this now. I didn't see it, but I also don't watch SnowFall. However, because of how they described his what y'all about to cover, it made me at least want to watch that episode.
Yo.
My man
So
lost.
yeah, y'all discussed.
He lost it, and I thought it was interesting that his mother killed Teddy right before he got the money. I felt like it was a very humbling, probably too humbling for him.
Yeah.
Because my man lost it. Like he legit lost it when and then something that was I forgot when Peaches stole the money for him. He found Peaches. So I thought that was very interesting. And then he turned around and killed Peaches. Then you cracked the safe. Cool. It's money in the safe.
Yeah.
He spent
$10,000. Yeah, it was $10,000 up in there.
It was $12,000 left.
$12,000 left in there. Okay.
It was 12. So Peaches spent $5 million, and out of that $5 million, you got a junkie and $12,000. You talking about sick?
Yes.
And then when he killed the dude that cracked the safe for him, I didn't understand that. I thought that was a little weird because, well, I don't know. Franklin has just been making some reckless ass decisions for the last 3 episodes.
I think it's probably because of the fact that he has so much money, he has so much power, and to have all that taken away from him because it was different when he was like that head guy. You know, he was that guy. You got to everything you do, it had to go through him. Everybody got to answer and do everything and make every move through him. And these episodes and that level to see him get down so low. Like once he left from seeing his mother and then he decided, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead. After he left from seeing his mother in jail and then he goes, the trial. And then he goes in the car and he go take a sip. I don't know what that was that he was drinking and I don't ever want what that was that he was drinking because them teeth.
Like it was in a plastic bottle.
Listen, it looks so disgusting. It looked like Nek Nek, if you watch it, you know you ever had a Tootsie Roll and you know like you got an old Tootsie Roll and it gets stuck on your teeth and it be brown. Yes. That's what his teeth look like.
Yes.
It just stuck like, and he just kept smiling and I felt like he kept doing it on purpose. So that's when I start cracking because he know that mouth was looking wild. And I'm like, he's doing this for the viewers. He's doing this for the viewers.
Hey, what's the commercial where they be like gingivitis?
No, not the bad breath and gingivitis.
My favorite part of that whole episode, like, I mean, I had a lot of great parts. My favorite part was that when he was walking down out the back of the house that is getting ready to go into foreclosure, and he walking down the alley. Oh yes, it's already in foreclosure. He just waiting to go ahead and have to get kicked out. And he walking down the alley with Leon. He was like, trying to act like I ain't somebody, fine chocolate motherfucker like myself. And then he turned around and looked, and then him and Leon looked at each other and bust out laughing. I said, right, because you look crazy. And the thing about it, he embodied that role because when he looked like he's supposed to not have nothing, he looked like he doesn't have anything. He hasn't bathed in weeks. He looked dirty. He looked dingy.
Like, I knew he didn't have anything when he first started.
At all.
And he looked like a normal person. But it just shows you how much money really changes you. And like they say, money is the root of all evil. And legit, money had him in a mean ass chokehold. Like his mother's influence didn't have him in a chokehold. Nothing his father said, his best friend, his wife. Money had him in a chokehold. Like, and it's crazy because you went from nothing, you had a whole lot of something. Now you're back to nothing. You don't even have a roof to put over your head.
Exactly. But you know what? I wasn't surprised that V took all the money. I wasn't surprised. She just been waiting because she's like, when she started making all them plays, she sold stuff. She was making sure that her and the baby was gonna be straight. But I never liked her.
She listened to her mother, but she did. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't blame her because I would have moved like that too. Because you know how he's acting. You see, he pressed for money. He typed for money, losing his fucking mind over some money. Hell yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start. Put my name on it. Oh, we out of here. I'll holler at you.
But the thing about it though, I don't never feel that she was ever serious about him because like the way that when they brought her into it, remember now they fast forwarded his life. And so now he's with her and fine. Like I didn't like her in the last season when they had the tiger in the hood. I didn't like her then when she was there. And I was just like, I never could trust her. I never could connect. I didn't like it. Didn't like it for her at all. Yeah, but they did a great job. Like I'll be honest, the thing that I really noticed is that if you're a big fan of John Singleton, it's certain angles and images that he gets and he portrays, and they made sure to have this in this episode. Like when people be in the car and the camera had to be at a certain angle and get the person's face and everything. So I really think that they did him just due to end the show. They know that was a little wild about that tiger in the hood. They know that was crazy. They know it was crazy.
But I heard that they paid tribute to John Singleton too by having the film of the Boys in the Hood in the background of one of the scenes, right?
Yeah, that was so dope. He was like, yeah, they filmed. Like, what's that? Oh, that's a movie crew. A movie crew. And he was like, what? He was like, yeah, they shooting something over here. And the way they had the kids dressed up, looking just like the little boys, and like one party. Yes, that was so hard. Like, what do you say? Y'all ain't gonna get no Oscar, and walking down the street and everything, and just watching that. But that's probably how that possibly went when he was recording that there. But it did really good. It really showed that John Singleton's image, his work, everything that he did, like it all came together in those last scenes. So even when they had the way the trees are and Franklin's like walking down the street and everything, those angles, it was so West Coast, so LA. It was dope. It was really dope. But like that's a good way to end the show, And then they gave answers for everybody. Like also he hopefully we know he got finally heard from the girl. So I mean, I'm sorry, not the girl, his kid's mother, because I don't think she was his wife. I don't know what their situation was.
Either way, he heard from the kids. I feel like Louis got off easy. Who else? Leon is actually doing something positive with his life. Yeah. What's her name? Wanda is doing something positive. I'm glad it turned out how it turned out. I mean, It is what it is. I got a full, but I want to hear Mike's thoughts on this.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
I had a really good breakdown of Franklin and the different phases he went through.
So I mean, I just think that I don't know. Franklin, he went from like mama's boy to like the man to the straight stone cold killer in 6 seasons of what we saw. So I think a lot of people I've seen a lot of people go on his mother, saying his mother did the wrong thing and they didn't get why she did it. And they were like emotional woman and stuff like that. She was an emotional woman and she did that. But I think people are just emotional watchers and they're not using common sense. Like, at what point do you trust the guy that killed your husband that tried to take out your son and stole your son's $73 million. At what point do you trust him that he's going to do the right thing? Like, she knew that he was going to kill him. And I think that's why she made a sacrifice. I don't even think it was about the money for her. I think that when she said it, when she said to Franklin, "You'll never see me again," right before she said that to Franklin, she was like, "You can't let him leave here alive." And that's after he told her that Alton was alive.
Yeah.
So at that point, she wasn't even really thinking about Alton. She was like, "Look, if you let him leave here alive, then you know he's gonna come back and kill us, right?"
Yeah.
So that's why she did what she did. I think that she probably, I mean, of course, the TV show made it seem like, you know, she did it because of Alton, but nah, she knew she was gonna kill him. I think that she knew that he wasn't about to tell the truth because he literally was about to lie on it. Like he lied to her and he told her so cold.
He did. He did. The look on his face. He looked like, because he even looked at her like, "Bitch, you doing this now?" He had that look on his face. And the way, what do you say? Yes, I killed him, shot him twice, once in the head, and I forgot the other place. And then
It's like, and people think that like he cash apped him the money. Like this is 1980s. Like, even if he would have gave that number up and they would have went around that way, Franklin never would have saw that money.
That's true too, because they do got a wire, and it's like, are you gonna hold Teddy hostage even more? And y'all are
now.
Yeah, I mean now, but even if he did do the wire, I'm pretty sure Teddy already had people in place there. You know what I'm saying, to take Franklin down.
yeah.
No, I think they would have let him walk, but I think Freddie would have killed him. I don't think the CIA dude cared anything about anything. He just wanted, because you gotta remember, Teddy didn't work for them no more.
Yeah, he was. All right, you're right.
This whole time he wasn't working for them.
You're right. You're right.
That is true.
Mm.
The irony in the situation is Franklin ended up with the same amount he sold his first brick for.
Mm.
So you came in with nothing. You made a little something.
Yeah.
You left with.
Yeah, and he said that's all he wanted in the end. He's like, "I'm free."
But that's the story of most drug dealers in the 80s anyway. They start low, they get high, and then they end up at a low.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess he looked at it too. It's like he ain't in jail.
They make it too impossible for you to get out of the game. My thing is, I reserve every right there is to get out of something. Just because I'm out don't mean I'm gonna go snitch or I'm gonna go do this. I still gotta protect me too.
You're right.
You're right. You know, that's the way of the world. Once you in,
yeah, and you try to leave when it's like on a high note. It's just like even what they do with if you think with athletes or even with musicians and everything, they're like, there's that high point in your career, you want to leave on a high note and everything. And sit there and see that man go down like that. That was wild. But I'm pretty sure we didn't have enough people that we've probably known, or it might have been friends of our parents or whatever, and we've seen them. We saw how they fell off, or they tell you a story about how, oh man, they used to be such and such. Or you might remember some of the stories. I wanted to talk about the story before, but he already did his time and he's been home 10 years since the 10 years. So, hey. But you know what? I'm sorry, 20. But yes. Well, all right.
Speaking of
It was a
story,
good time, and listen. So we are back with the dating horror stories, and we now have anonymous dating horror stories. This one right here is from one of
no
our
more trauma
Facebook.
stories from me.
No more from you. No more flashback lane from me. You know what I'm saying? We got stuff. Oh, you know what? The only thing we ain't never get from you, and that stolen one, because you weren't here for that episode. What did the man steal from you?
Oh, I had a man actually steal money from me, like out of my purse.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
We okay, then we covered that then. Yes,
And he
we
stole
all
my
right.
weed. Yeah.
Oh man,
I was more hurt about the weed because
you
I
can get
mean,
money
money,
again.
I'd go behind a bar, but you know how hard it is back then to get your weed, man, to turn right back around and get. Yeah. I was hurt. I was hurt.
I can
But go
see it.
ahead
I
to
can see
your
it.
horse somewhere.
Well, this
Listen, don't
dating
touch my
horror
weed.
story is from this dating horror story is from one of our male followers on in our Facebook group. We are the Facts Crew podcast up there on Facebook. So feel free to come on in and come join us. And we got I ain't gonna lie, it was pretty lit today. We had a wonderful, wonderful time. The last couple of I must say the last 2 weeks has been pretty good, but today was fire. Anyway, I told him I would keep him, anonymous. But no, I'm sorry. I told him I would refer to him as Isaiah. He has not even an I in his name, but there we go. His name is Isaiah. His story is I fell in love with this girl in my first year of high school, and I didn't have the courage then until I left the school for another the following year. And then I started pushing for her, only for her to keep turning me down until 2014. When I first gained admission into a college that I later dropped out when there's no one there to cater for my needs again. And from 2014, we started dating, and I taught and I gave it my all without liking not to talk of loving any other girl except for her for almost 8 years of life. Well, that ended in 2020. It ended because I caught her with another man that's supposed to be her uncle's friend, not knowing that she's been cheating on me for the past 3 years with this man and another man like that. And I was along seeing my fiance. Okay, she's now a fiance now, as a very modest and a very good girl with better home training and vast knowledge of worshiping God more than myself. Mm. So I wrote back, damn, okay. Sorry to hear that. That is crazy. He says, but I'm not yet finished. And
What? There's more?
yes, there's more. He told me, my dear, I felt so miserable. I almost jumped into a river when I was dealing with the trauma. And even my best friend offered to escort me to the river when I'm ready to take my own life. I had many nightmares of myself crying, and I would wake up crying so profusely with no one to help me or console me. I told him, that's terrible, sweetheart. Even the day that I caught her, I fainted. And since then, I built my own wall around my heart so that I won't be vulnerable to that kind of person again. And now I'm tired and I want to have someone that can tear down that wall again. But the wall is so strong that it keeps repelling those kind advances. And even those that are out there that are not really ready. Some are just out here to make fun of men. Thanks for being a listening ear. And apparently, yeah, he says it's been 3 years already. I'm over it and rearing and ready to try my luck again. It's just that ladies now prefer cheap talk and fake ass men than the real little ones.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. So as he was telling me this, it was the highs, it was the lows, it was the oh, and it was like, not your uncle friend. And that was her
the
man.
uncle friend make it dirty.
Listen. And when he's telling me this, I'm just thinking to myself, oh wow. But I was very surprised. I was very actually happy and very surprised that the first person to write in was a male. I definitely appreciate the level of vulnerability that he gave. So thank you, Isaiah. We definitely do appreciate your letter. We sorry to hear what you went through.
Yes.
And when he talked about jumping in
Yeah.
the river, he said that.
Okay, but
Hey,
did we
but hold on, the friend.
that right? I'm trying to get back to all these people that played
Okay.
a role in this.
So yes,
Like
so it
the
was
friend are you to even suggest walk your man to the river? Like what? You should have been on the phone with somebody like we need to talk to him. Like
yeah,
what?
and I
Do
guess
an
it depends.
intervention.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, it made all I could think about was because, like, as he's saying it to me, I mean, I could tell that he was triggered in sharing his story. We put this as an open question out there. Matter of fact, this question was
Yeah.
put out there. I didn't put this one out there. This question was put out here. If you have any stories, feel free to reach out to any of us. I do not know this person. They said this to me. I'm like, oh gosh, oh no. But yes, I'm thinking not your boy Will. Like you said, yeah, not your friend was gonna go ahead and escort you down there. However, maybe his homeboy was in the same sad place. I don't know of. I have never only if somebody died have I known of it to be a situation where men will be sympathetic to another man being hurt because of a female. Somebody had to die. If it's regular breakup stuff, they're like, oh man, I've never known of another man to come through with that. I've seen and heard men laugh at other men. I've heard stories of men laughing about other men being sad. And that's not fair.
Yeah.
And then I think that's probably why
All I can
men
do is put my mouth on that one.
man. Moving forward. Yes, so it's just the fact that, and I that's this might be the reason why, like
He
maybe
needs a hug. I'm sending him a virtual hug because that's messed up.
it is, and I
Yeah.
mean, like we've all been through our fair share of trauma. And I told him, I said, I mean, things happen, and I'm like, you can't control what somebody else is gonna do. You can't control somebody else's actions. You can just only hope and pray that they have your best interests
He
at heart.
just push through because
Yeah,
that's just push through. I mean, now don't forget it, but you gotta let it go. That's the only way you're gonna be able to prosper your life. You're letting something that you can't control consume you. You let
exactly.
It's gonna drive you crazy and drive away the person that is meant for you.
Exactly.
You gotta heal. You gotta heal, and you gotta just have faith.
Exactly. And one thing I'm not going to do, like in any stage of healing that I've ever had in my life, I will never give somebody the joy. I will never, let me say this the way I would like to say it. I will never give a motherfucker the joy to sit here and be like, she been fucked up ever since. No, fuck you. No, I'm straight. I'm good. I'm Gucci. It's nothing. Been had motion. Nothing. Wave, bitch. Wave. Okay. Hold
Yeah.
on.
You get on my nerves.
Because I can't imagine. I'm not stopping my life. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I'm never gonna go through this. And yeah, you don't want to go through that again, but sometimes you go through stuff so you can realize the signs of what you do and don't want to do. You realize your boundaries and your limits. I tolerate. I put it like this: there's a lot of stuff that I wouldn't tolerate before, but then I realized that people are just human, and I can understand that. Like, it's certain things I can get it. I can get it, and you go through enough stuff, but don't sit here and stop your life. Stop your life for you to sit here and see what's going on with you. Take care of yourself, because it's not fair to bring somebody else into an unhealed situation. However,
right.
don't go try to jump in the river. You ain't gotta do that. That's the last thing. Like, girl, why I was cheating on him? Girl, why he drowned himself? Don't do that. What? You're
Yeah,
not gonna
don't.
have a newspaper article up of me talking about something. Dang, I didn't realize she loved me until she jumped in that river. What? What?
Hey, but the uncle friend,
Yeah.
how old is this man?
The person that sent this in, this individual is in their 20s.
Nah, I'm talking about the uncle friend. How old is he? Because in my mind, I'm thinking like, oh man, damn.
Yeah, I think like an old crusty, I want to be a player type uncle that
Right.
came in there
And
with.
then is she doing this so she can get her bills paid?
And
I'm not saying that that's okay, but is she out here finessing and that's why she got old man Dan dancing in her pants? Like,
and she
I need to
might
understand.
be. And she might be. I mean, we don't know if the end goal was to get her. If she was trying to do this and say, well, because he said fiance, so if she ain't have her share of the wedding money, I'm not saying it's the way. No. But they was together. He said she was messing with him for 3 years. So it's just the fact of would it really? And there are a lot more questions to ask, but of course, like he shared so much, and I mean, I've realized with men, like if he
You
wanted
didn't
to
want to
give me
really
that
dig in
initial,
too much.
yeah, I didn't want to press it because again, I could tell that it still bothers him. So I don't want to sit here and push him that far. And if he's gotten to a place of happiness, or I guess a place of comfort, and is ready to go ahead and proceed with the dating life and everything, then I wish him the best, and told him we are
Yeah,
always here to hear his stories if he's got more, and that we wish
not
him.
if you just want to vent,
Yeah,
we're here.
We are, and yes, and he has definitely vented to me. So thank you, Isaiah. But this is a perfect idea. This is a perfect transition. Neat, neat. What you got for us, darling?
Yes. Have any of you ladies ever tried internet dating, like dating apps, Hinge, Bumble, Black People Meet,
Nope.
Christian Mingle,
Nope.
FarmersMingle.com?
Yo, I knew that you was gonna mention this farmers.
Hey, listen, I'm trying me Brad with like 78 acres. All right. I just need like 2 acres. Just tuck me like 2, boo. I don't want half. Just let me get like 2 just to play with. I just want some farm
Then you
animals
can
and
get
to grow some shit.
a ranch.
Yes.
A
Let's see.
ranch is
Yes.
that,
I haven't. Let's see.
but I've never tried. Like, no, I'm sorry. I don't
Not
know.
nobody serious. I never did any of that for that. I remember I had one time to jump on Tinder. And you know what? Let me tell you that Tinder situation. What happened was the person that responded to me on Tinder, you know what he did? It was a dude I went to school with. He sends me a message where he copied what I had at the top of my joint on Tinder and sends it to me line by line. I immediately went back over to Tinder, deactivated, canceled the account. I said, yo, shut up. Don't tell nobody about this. He said, oh, don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. I was like, please, please. I'm like,
Nah,
wow. I'm like, I heard you
that
make
right, that's scary. That right there alone is scary. That's enough. No,
it.
no,
It
like
was it was scary, yet it was a life lesson because I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, you're in a different space in your life. Hey, let's go ahead and jump on Tinder. This some years ago. And so I was, and one, like I said, that's all I needed. That's all I needed was that. And the thing about it, the dude I was like ending my situation ship with, he knew the dude, and the dude told him that we was talking. So now I'm like, oh my God, he can be like, dang, y'all stop messing with each other. Yeah, I seen it on Tinder. I'm like, oh
Hey,
God,
niggas love fucking gossiping.
they
Jesus.
do.
Men, learn how
I
to shut your mouth. Y'all pillow talk more than we do.
hello, but not even that. It's like you only pillow talk when you actually like the joint, but then when people call you out about liking the joint, well, it ain't even like that. Then you try to downplay it. So now you're playing yourself twice, my guy. Where if you
Exactly.
like her, say you like her or you like him, like oh my God, when I say that eats me up, that
Yes.
really, what does Peter Griffin say? That really grinds
Right.
my gears.
Years.
Grind your gears.
Yeah, because it's like what you acting like you don't like you don't like somebody for. Like, don't do that. Don't
But
front.
don't throw shade on me because you really feeling me, but you don't want the next man to feel me. Then do something about it. Like the fact that too.
And the thing about
No,
it,
there's no pressure.
yeah, and that's the
No
thing.
pressure.
That's the thing, though. But it's like you sit there and do that. All right, so now, homeboy that you went to, he be like, man, he's sleeping well. Like, well, he talks so bad about it, and that's why people be in this other people's faces because you be trying to
So
like they ain't nothing, and they ain't got no problem. They ain't got no problem trying to find the leaps and bounds in which
Yeah.
people reach out to you to be like, hey, you remember me? They say a name. I don't remember your name. You see a picture. Oh, I remember who you are, and I know how I know you. That's why. How'd you get here? But yeah,
Hmm.
but maybe
Listen,
for
it's always one of their friends waiting in the wind to take a
and
little nip at it.
wow. That's wow.
where's my hookah?
You know what?
But I'm going to answer this question. I
You know
have
what?
tried internet dating
Mm,
and apps.
mm,
That is actually how I met my kid's dad. We met on
okay.
Black People Meet, and he
Okay.
gave me one sentence, and I was hooked for about 5 years. It was just
Okay.
like, if you into something different, hit me.
Mm,
Okay.
that was hard. That's a dope ass line. Hats off to my guy. Hats off.
Yeah, but
But
it's
I
always
mean, I'm not
that
gonna sit
intrigue
here
you.
and bojangle and act like that was like my first time on internet. I used to be on Black Planet. Oh, I look like this, and what do you look like? And meeting at the
I was
movies and stuff like that. So this is nothing new for us and our generation. It's just
At all.
taboo because it's just like you don't really want to tell people, oh, so how did y'all meet? On the internet. That's
Yeah,
not something that everybody gonna be like, oh, they gonna laugh and be like,
you're right.
fucking dorks.
But maybe the world might be
But
more accepting of it now since the pandemic. Maybe because there's a lot of
yeah,
people that
That
were
you gotta think
not
about it.
more
Most of
scared
them
to meet somebody then.
joints is for hookups. Like Plenty of Fish, hookups. Bumble, hookups. Like
Tinder.
Tinder.
even Tinder
And I didn't
hookup.
know. And that was my fault when I jumped on Tinder. I didn't know. I didn't know. Like I was out and I was dating people and it was a lot of stuff. It was like it was a
I feel
lot of
like turned into that. They didn't initially start like
you're
that.
right. I
Yeah.
Turned
agree. I
because
Now
I had a
agree.
see,
couple.
I'll graze through BLK and Hinge occasionally just to see what's
Mhm.
out there. Most times I'm scared right back off of it. So I'm on there for
Yeah,
like a day. I
you be
may
rich
have one
too.
conversation, then I go dry. But the thing about these apps and things of that nature for people like me who don't really like going out like that, it's a
Mhm.
great thing. But like y'all said, a lot of people use it for hookups
Yeah.
and they're not upfront about those things. So you going into it with like two different intentions and it can create chaos.
A lot of
They
chaos.
need to have an app for introverts who want to date but don't want to go out to meet somebody. Like just being at the bar by myself at this brunch. Oh my God, somebody sat down beside me. Why? Why? And then started talking to me. Why?
So they feel
I
that you
literally
lonely.
just wanted to be alone. My
They feel like
food
you
looked
lonely and somebody
good.
stood you up and that's all.
All I
That's
wanted to do was sit there and get mom brunch drunk and eat
mhm.
my French toast with ice cream, you know? So leave me alone.
I get it. I went to Buffalo Wild Wings. Like this probably happened maybe about this probably like 8 months ago, and I went up there. People, it's a bunch of couples and stuff up there. I'm dressed like I on some heels. I look nice. I'm there by myself, and it was just because I'm like, I'm gonna take me out. I'm gonna celebrate me. I'm gonna love me. Mind you, I went on a date the night before, and that was fine. We had an amazing time, but I still want to make sure that I enjoy my comfort. I don't want my company. And when I went in there. Like, so the bartender, he's looking at me, he was like, hey, you're waiting for anybody? And I was like, no. He was like, it's okay. He stood you up again. And I started laughing. I said, wow, now he stood you up, but
Oh,
he stood me up again. I said, I ain't never been here. What are you talking about? I said, nobody was ever supposed to meet me here. And then he's like, oh, okay, well, here's a free shot on me. And I'm like, all right, cool. So next, everybody else, because I've been sitting there for some time. So everybody keep looking like, oh my gosh, she's not talking to anybody. Like, mind your business. I'm fine. I'm not
you
bothered, but
enjoying your own company.
it's the level of comfort. It's the level of comfort and well, not even
But
comfort,
how can
confidence.
they how can they say you're not talking to anybody? What if you're talking to yourself? You're talking to somebody. You could be having a whole conversation in your head.
Man, what I was lighting these people ass up. You know what I'm saying? This girl, like I can clearly tell that this girl, why she came up there and she just trying to get some money. Because everything like I'm looking at this dude, he all right, I won't be shallow. I don't feel that they would have been compatible, but I know that she came up there with a purpose. She's like, yeah, why don't we leave? Why don't we go get more comfortable? And the dude is like, yeah, well, just take a couple more drinks, take a couple more drinks. And I'm thinking, like, you ain't paying attention. She already ready to go. She trying to see something, but he not really much of a look at well Pilates. I didn't find him attractive, but that's fine. That was just me. But I'm like, she knows. And he was like, come on. He was like, yeah, I just got the jag clean. Da, da, da. So he keep talking about all this stuff that he has, and he got this chain on that he keeps adjusting while he's eating. So I see what type of time it is, and I'm like, all right, well, go ahead, go get your money, sis, or whatever you came here to do. And he just keep laughing all hard and all this other stuff, and I'm like, And so the whole time I was like, this is a mess. And I'm looking over it, and like I'm having conversations, just looking at these other people. I was like, yeah, she don't want to be here. Their marriage is on the rocks. I can see it. This right here. This that last time they going out. Yep. They just met. Okay, cool. And all of them, they having a girls' night because they all having man trouble right here. And here I am by myself sitting here enjoying my wings. It was a great night for me. So I definitely like that. But yeah, you got to do more research into these apps. Like now, play this now. It's more of a thing that if you just trying to see somebody real quick, you trying to make something shake. You try to make no. If you want to make something shake, or you trying to get shook, go up on that Tinder. um, I know somebody that is in a relationship off of Bumble though. Because it's just like now, this is like, remember when people used to ask, like, would you date somebody that you met in the club, or would you, take that person seriously? They've done this. I know a lot of people that did. I know somebody who married the man that she met in the club that she gave a fake name to. They've been married for years now. They've been married. Matter of fact, they'll be married for 10 years this year. So how about that one?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not always bad, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But since it is,
Hey.
Michael. All right. How are you today, my dear?
I'm okay. I'm I'm recovering from the weekend.
What'd you do this weekend? I like the way you said it. It sounds like it was fun.
I got stood up.
Oh man.
Well, that takes a turn.
Oh, that dumbass fight.
No, like, are you being serious? You were stood up?
Yeah, I'm being serious.
Wow, that's petty.
Yeah, man. Still happens.
But what Nino Brown said, cancel that bitch.
Man, no. Sometimes you just gotta go with the flow.
Yeah, but somebody, like we're all adults. You could at least say, "Hey, I ain't gonna make it."
Just go with my yin, my inner yin.
Wow, your inner yin. I don't know what to say about that, but did you at least get to see the fight?
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it. You damn right. For $85.
You paid for it.
Yeah, I paid for it.
Whoa, Tay. Hey, don't be hot.
You're right.
Don't be hot.
You're right.
Do that.
You're right.
I paid for it. Yes, I paid for the fight.
Okay. Well, that just makes it worse. Did you make food? Like,
no. I didn't go that far.
Okay. I mean, still 85 is a lot, but that's no here.
That's a lot of freaking money, but it was a good fight. So
yeah, it was decent. A lot of people is talking about they felt like it was rigged.
Rigged? I mean, I don't know how you can rig someone getting hit in the
liver.
Yeah, but I mean, most of those people have fought before in their life, so.
That too, because a good body shot will put anybody down. I don't care who you are.
I mean, when people say stuff like football games or like stuff, combat sports or rigged, it's like, yeah, you never played. No one in their right mind is gonna go run out there and just be like, "Yeah, hit me like 100 times before you knock me out."
Yeah,
make it look real.
Like, you're right though, because there's nobody. I don't know too many people that will withstand some of them punches, because when they put them drinks in slow motion, gang, I be like, bruh, it's no reason why.
Body was like.
It's no reason why his fucking chest wasn't on the other side of the ring, like, or when he got hit in the face, we got knocked down. Was like, bruh, his face should be over there.
It looked like the mask when he was trying to pull the mask off.
Yes,
his face just go. Yeah, couldn't pay me enough to go in that joint and fake it.
I mean, if I did like a little exhibition joint, I'm gonna just get in the ring and I'm gonna just lay down, be like, all right, count me down.
If I fight for all that amount of money, I
not lay down.
I don't need you to hit me. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna let you knock me out on TV. I'm sorry.
I mean, I wouldn't want to get knocked out on TV. I don't think anybody plans on going.
You not know how. Y'all saw what they did to Nate Robinson. Y'all saw what they did to that man. They was everywhere. And it was for a year strong.
Well, see, Nate went in there bullshitting, and I was Jake Paul's first fight. So he went in there bullshitting, think he was just a YouTuber, like everyone else. Because when I heard it was a fight that Nate Robinson fight Jake Paul, I didn't even know who Jake Paul was. You know?
That's too.
So I mean, for me personally, I thought Nate was gonna whoop him. But yeah, hey.
I think everybody came in there with that mentality, and it was like, haha, joke's on you, because now your man stretched out between the ropes.
I don't think Nate had a trainer. I don't think Nate trained. I don't think they did anything any preparation for the fight.
My man got whooped.
Whoop.
Like, I felt bad because it wasn't even 10 minutes before them joints started flooding.
Internet too fast, man. It literally it was like maybe a minute after. As soon as you refreshed your whatever your timeline.
Oh God, that shit was wild. I mean, granted, now one of the dudes that was fighting, I think before the Davis and Garcia fight, he got knocked out like that, like Nate Robinson. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, see, I didn't see all that part.
Oh no, I watched every fight. They were all good, but everybody got knocked out, so it kind of went relatively quick. Where the main event was starting at 11. I was actually looking forward to the main event starting at 12, like most of them do, but like I said, everybody got knocked out. So
for $85, I should have seen every punch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I keep forgetting about the 85. Yikes. Yeah. I'd have been sick because then Garcia got knocked out in the 7th round. Like what? You couldn't
But I
even
knew
go
he was going to lose. I don't think anybody thought he was really going to win.
I had hope. I don't know why, but I just did. I'd like to go for the people that, but clearly I was wrong. So thank God I didn't bet on it.
Hope you ain't betting. I'm about to say, I hope you ain't betting no money.
Hell no. I'm not betting on nothing until football start back around. I'm going to just stay in my lane.
Right.
So
that was the question?
Absolutely not. You
Damn.
thought you was about to get up that easy? But yeah, so tonight's question is, when it's all said and done, will you have said more than you've done?
Ooh, where you finding these questions at, man?
Don't worry about it.
These are good. nonfreakyquestions.com. This is a good. I don't know. Hopefully I will have done more.
Ew.
Huh? What did she say? I didn't hear her.
I was cheering for you. I said, "Ayo."
Oh, I didn't. I thought you.
Never mind. Let's just. Never mind. You ruined it now. It's over. It's over.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I cheer for you. Damn.
I'm sorry. But yeah, hopefully I don't know. Hopefully I've done more. Hopefully I've done more. Or I would have done more by the time I passed.
Okay.
Talk no more. I'm about to be 40 soon, so after 40, I'm not talking that much.
Why does everybody say that?
I don't like talking now.
Facts.
It's true.
I don't really like talking. I mean, I talk because of my job, and I talk because of 613. I have to communicate with y'all, but I don't really like talking. I have a text.
So you've turned into that texter. I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. I do be blown when people call my phone. I be like, bruh, please tell me your head is rolling.
Well, for me texting, I don't know, maybe it might be a trust issue thing with me, but I don't really like talking to people. The people will say, you said this, and I'm like, no, I didn't. I know what I said. So I'm not gonna argue with you. I text it. You said this. No, I didn't. In the text, it says right there, I said this. On this day and that time. Don't try to jam me up. Nope.
I'll give it to you. That's fair. But since you don't like talking, what is the most sensible thing you've heard someone say?
Sensible?
Sensible.
I ain't never sit here. I never seen no talking win no game. Marshawn Lynch. He said that when they was talking about Super Bowl, like when they was interviewing him, and Dion asked him, he was like, "What, you don't like to talk?" He was like, "Nah, it ain't that." He was like, I ain't never seen no talking that win no game. So, yeah.
There's a point there.
Yeah, that's so simple. Like, when you think about it, like, just shut up.
I mean, sometimes that's the best answer, though. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah. And you
Silence is golden.
You got nice teeth too. You get nice teeth. I didn't buy these, people.
Oh God. I mean, that's all you keep saying is your teeth.
I'm gonna buy some though. Once we get rich, I'm gonna buy
please
some.
Please don't get the Steve Harveys.
No. I'm gonna get the teeth that's appropriate to my weight, my age.
Not the teeth appropriate to my weight.
In my mouth. In my mouth. I'm gonna get some gold teeth too. I'm gonna go stupid.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
Okay, gangster grills.
Hey, man. Yeah, man. I got diamonds in my teeth. So when I come on here and I'm in the dark channel,
he better be Mike Wall.
Huh? Hey, I'm not white. Hey, see how you do? I'm black. Why can't I
said Mike Wall, not Paul Wall. I
can
said
I been Mike Jones?
Mike Jones
over.
But did he? Oh, he did. He did. You're right. Okay, Mike Jones.
I like a rapper, but you know, out of the two,
they all got money.
I mean, they did. Sideways was my joint. What? Oh my gosh, Paul Wall, baby. That right there.
Mike Jones had partnered with Subway at one point.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, and you know what? They kicked his ass out because they're like, we got Jared, and now we find out years later Jared's a predator. Bring Mike Jones back.
Subway ain't had a $5 foot long since. Ever since Jared got caught, them prices went right back to regular.
Yep.
They can't afford them $5 foot longs.
There hasn't been any $5 foot longs. Dang, and
since he's been locked up.
You're right. That's wild.
Because when he got locked up, they can afford giving $5 foot longs. He was making them money.
He was.
Yeah.
That's why when black people be like, when like R. Kelly was in trouble and Bill Cosby, what about the white people? I'm like, man, y'all gotta shut up sometimes. Jared got locked up quicker than both of them. And he might have been as rich as R. Kelly.
No, you know what? They got a documentary that shows the lady who took Jared down. This was a covert operation for many, many years. Many, many years in the making.
They let that man get skinny. He started feeling himself. He got rich. And he just wanted the young girls. I don't understand why.
Oh no, sweetheart. He was equal opportunity. He was talking about what he did in Thailand, and that was disgusting.
Hold on, wait. In Thailand? All right.
Yes, he went around.
Another great segment of Ask Mike. He's locked up right now where he should be. Jerry Sandusky's locked up where he should be. The U.S. Olympic coach is locked up where they should be. I don't know how this got in our segment, but hey, we
$5 foot long.
It's another week. Another day, another dollar, another Shaq and Kobe moment. D Wade and LeBron.
But then we got Rick Fox and I can't even think.
Larry Bird.
Oh my God.
Who's Larry Bird?
I don't know.
Is Nek Larry Bird?
Is it Nek Nek? You gonna make me Rick Fox?
Oh, why I gotta be Larry Bird? Why I gotta be the white man? I'm always the white person.
But you see how he was just offended about Paul Wall? You see how quick he did that? See, that's what I'm saying. Good night, sir. You have a good evening.
I had your back with Mike Jones. He had endorsements.
Bird is one of the best basketball players of all time.
He is.
He's a tall, goofy white man.
See, you know what? That is not facts. What?
That's my fact.
It's all right though. Oh wow, baby. Thank you so much. I see the red
No.
thing. Hey.
So I
like
gotta
it
be
good.
Larry Bird.
I don't know. The only person that I could think of at the moment that seemed like it would go with Rick Fox, considering like how far ago it was that he played. So I was like,
Larry Bird and Rick Fox, they played together? Because I remember Rick Fox when he was playing with.
I don't know anything about basketball. I just literally threw out the first name that I could think of. So I don't know if they ever played together. I don't even know if they were in the same time frame. It's
Like,
just Rick Fox is
like,
old. So,
oh wow, this is getting more and more offensive. Like, what else do you have? How else do you feel, Tay? What else do you have to say? We couldn't be like, no. Put your damn hands down. Put your hands down. Ain't no sympathy. Put them hands down. Because what? No. Okay, you and Paul Wall, like this is ridiculous. Okay.
It's going to my brain. See?
No. That's what medicine they give you.
Nothing.
True. You right. My bad for asking that question on this recorded line. Listen, I want to thank you all. And then look, I hate being sick. See, I'm laughing like I smoke cigarettes. This is ridiculous. Listen, thank y'all. Y'all keep coming back and watching us.
I was about to say something, but I know I was gonna go to hell for it. So go ahead.
It's okay. I'll bring my Bible. We can pray afterwards. Go ahead. Let me go grab my Bible. Go ahead.
You sound like that lady Terry from them little cigarette commercials that had the little thing in her throat.
What? No.
That's the kids' Bible. Go ahead. I got the kids' Bible.
You sound like
the way you talk like this. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I don't even have any more hookah to smoke off of that. I'm gonna just take a sip.
I really was excited to grow up just so I could get I wanted to buy a pack of Virginia Slims just because I wanted to smoke one Virginia Slim cigarette. Just one. Just for pictures. Make it real. That's all I wanted. And you know what? I'm reclaiming my life. And I'm gonna go ahead and get a pack of Virginia Slims. And we're gonna get together and we're gonna smoke our Virginia Slims, ladies. Okay? One puff
and put it out. Stick.
There Not even that. I gotta get the cigarette purse, the little coin purse. Coin.
Oh, the clasp.
Yes, the long gloves and everything. Yes, not with the open up with the pink. But see, you can hear. But it's okay because we bring it back. We bring it back to center. So thank you all for tuning in to another amazing, unforgettable episode with I don't know, let's see, with Kobe, Rick Fox, who you want to be? You want to be AI? You want to be AI instead?
Nah, man, I just be Larry fucking Bird. They call me old and white.
Listen, they call me old and black with good wavy hair. I'm locking my hair now. I feel like I profile. I don't like this. Oh, and I forgot. Shouts out to Paul Wall for making a special guest appearance. You know what I'm saying? Yes, but thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you like the video. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you follow us on all platforms at 613 Faye.
Please make sure you run up them views.
Yeah, run them up. Anyway, you all have
everybody else's views. The Four Corners.
Yes, the Man Cave.
The Man Cave.
T on Friday. Sorry, Hollywood Mike
Yes,
T.
Hollywood Mike T. Yes, respect.
On Friday at 8:30. Each and every
better
Friday.
known as Paul Wall. Yes. With Go Mix. Yes, go ahead.
He wanted to be Mike Jones, all right?
Okay. 281-330-8004. All right, and shout out to all the music that we've named here tonight. Shout out to Little Kim for my intro, and there we go. Y'all have a good day.
I can't even throw up this.
Yeah, go ahead, gang. Go ahead, yeah. All day, baby. All day.